You heard the rumor, you saw the headlines, and I'm telling you right now, it is not clickbait. As of February 1, 2026, the nice guy era of the TSA is officially over. If you show up to the checkpoint without this one specific document, you are no longer just looking at a delay. You are looking at a mandatory, non-refundable $45 fee just to step foot in the security line. They call it TSA Confirm ID. I call it the idiot tax you didn't see coming. And the worst part? Paying the $45 doesn't even guarantee you'll get on the plane. I've spent the last 15 years dissecting travel logistics and fine print fees that airlines and government agencies try to bury in PDF memos. I've saved my clients millions in avoidable travel costs, and what I'm seeing with this new 2026 rule is the most aggressive pivot in domestic travel security I have ever seen. Here is the reality. For decades, if you lost your wallet or left your license on the kitchen counter, you had a safety net. You could walk up to a TSA agent, explain the situation, and they would manually verify your identity. They'd call a supervisor, ask you some security questions. What was your previous address? Or what year did you buy your car? And usually, they'd let you through. It was stressful, sure. But it was free. That loophole just closed. The Federal Register has confirmed that the free manual verification process is dead. It has been replaced by TSA Confirm ID. Now, if you forget your ID, you don't get a supervisor. You get directed to a QR code. You have to pull out your phone, enter your biographic data, and pay $45 on the spot via Pay.gov just to initiate the background check. But wait, it gets messier. This isn't an express pass. You aren't paying $45 to skip the line. You are paying for the privilege of being investigated. The TSA explicitly states that this process is resource-intensive and can take upwards of 30 to 45 minutes. So, if you're running late, which, let's be honest, if you forgot your wallet, you probably are, you are going to miss your flight. And that $45? It's gone. It is a service fee, not a guarantee of travel. Now, you might be thinking, Kaka, I have my license, I'm fine. Are you sure? Because this $45 fee is directly tied to the full enforcement of the Real ID Act, which finally hit its hard deadline last May. If your license doesn't have that little star in the corner, legally, you do not have an ID. In the eyes of the TSA, a standard driver's license in 2026 is just a piece of plastic. It is as useful as a library card. If you present a non-compliant license today, you are technically without documentation. That means you are a candidate for the $45 Confirm ID fee. I know this sounds aggressive, but the government is done delaying. They are shifting the cost of your mistake from the taxpayer directly to your credit card. Stick with me, because in a minute I'm going to show you the only 2 exceptions to this rule that can save you that $45 if you're caught empty-handed, and one of them is already in your pocket. But first, if you value keeping your money in your bank account and not donating it to the Department of Homeland Security, hit that subscribe button. I read the 300-page policy documents so you don't have to. Now, let's talk about the specific document you need to avoid this mess, because a lot of people are still carrying the wrong one. You are probably staring at your phone right now thinking, Kaka, This is 2026. I have my driver's license in my Apple Wallet. I have it in my Google Pay. I am living in the future. And that is exactly how they trap you. Here is the digital ID lie that nobody is talking about. Yes, the TSA has been rolling out those fancy Cat 2 scanners, the ones that let you tap your phone instead of showing a card. And yes, states like Arizona, Maryland, and California have pushed hard for mobile driver's licenses. But read the fine print on the TSA website. It says, in bold letters, digital IDs are not a replacement for your physical ID. Why? Because technology breaks. If the scanner at your specific checkpoint is down, or if you get diverted to a lane that uses the old hardware, or if your phone battery dies while you're standing in that hour-long line. Guess what? You are legally undocumented. You cannot flash your phone screen at a TSA officer. That is not a valid ID. A QR code that won't scan is not a valid ID. And because you relied on your phone and left the plastic card at home, you are now a customer of the TSA Confirm ID program. That is a $45 mistake because you trusted a beta test technology. So, what is the one document you need to make sure you never pay this fee? It's the real ID. I know, we have been talking about this for 20 years. The deadline was pushed back more times than a Hollywood movie release. But as of May 7, 2025, the grace period ended. Pull out your driver's license right now. Look at the top right corner. If you do not see a star, it might be a gold star, a black star, or a star cut out of the plastic. You do not have a federally compliant ID. Without that star, come February 2026, the TSA officer is required to direct you to the Confirm ID payment kiosk. They don't have a choice. It's a binary system. No star equals no entry, unless you pay. But I promised you exceptions. There are two cheat codes that completely bypass this requirement, and one of them is arguably better than a driver's license anyway. Exception number 1. The wallet-sized passport. Most people leave their passport books at home because they are bulky and you don't want to lose them. I get it. But did you know you can get a passport card for a fraction of the price? It fits in your wallet just like a credit card. It is federally issued, has no address on it, which is great for privacy, and it is 100% immune to the real ID nonsense. If you have this, you can let your driver's license expire and the TSA won't care. Exception number 2. The Fast Pass card. If you have Global Entry, Nexus, or Sentry, you have a physical card that came in the mail. Most people throw it in a drawer and forget about it because your membership is digital. Dig it out. That Global Entry card is a valid federal ID. It works even if your driver's license is from 1990. It works if you lost your wallet but kept this in your carry-on. It is the ultimate backup plan. So, to recap, the $45 fee is real. The digital ID is a trap. And the star on your license is mandatory. But what happens if you refuse to pay? What happens if you stand your ground? Next, I'm going to walk you through the opt-out scenario that almost nobody knows about, and the specific 10-day rule that makes that $45 fee slightly less painful if you actually have to pay it. So, let's say you're standing at the checkpoint. You forgot your wallet. You don't have the star on your license. And the officer points you to the TSA Confirm ID sign. You look them in the eye and say, "I refuse to pay." What happens? You don't fly. Period. There is no negotiation. There is no speaking to the manager. As of February 1st, this is no longer a customer service interaction. It is a federal security protocol. If you opt out of the fee, you are opting out of entering the airport. You walk back to the curb, and you miss your flight. But let's say you do pay. You pull out your phone, you go to pay. Gov, and you drop the $45. This is where the 10-day trap catches almost everyone off guard. When you pay that $45, you are not buying a lifetime membership to the Forgotten ID Club. You are buying a 10-day window of verification. If you are on a week-long vacation, you're fine. You pay $45 on the way out, and that same digital receipt covers you on the way back. But if your trip is 11 days or longer, guess what? Your pass expires while you are sipping margaritas on the beach. When you get to the airport to fly home, you have to pay the $45 again. That is a $90 round-trip tax just for being forgetful. And here is the final kicker that the TSA press release barely mentions: the no refund policy. Let's say you pay the fee. You submit your biometric data at the kiosk. But for some reason, maybe you grew a beard, maybe the lighting is bad, or maybe the system just glitches. The scanner cannot match your face to your file. You are denied entry. You miss your flight. And they keep your $45. The government explicitly states that the fee pays for the attempt to verify you, not the guarantee of travel. So, how do we win this game? Simple. We don't play it. Go to the post office this week and get the passport card. It costs less than paying this fee twice, and it lasts for 10 years. Put it in your wallet and never take it out. The rules of travel have changed. The nice guy TSA is gone. It is pay to play now, so make sure you are holding the right cards. If you want to stay ahead of the fees, the bans, and the fine print that everyone else ignores, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.